For over 10 years, GrainChain has been on a mission to tackle the biggest challenges facing the global agricultural supply chain. By focusing on technology and financial inclusion, we're leveling the playing field for producers. The following is a recent Q&A session with a coffee producer in Central America.
What were things like before you started working with GrainChain? How have things changed?
First, we can make decisions quickly because we have the info, we have the data. Plus, we have more people trust more on the co-op now because we pay in the moment that they give us the coffee. So that's really a big step for us. And access to the financial market, of course, and a less rate. This is a big thing for us. I can say that the financial part and the size of the producer, more transparency and data that make us more efficient also as a co-op to make decisions and of course be more profitable for the partners. It's very easy to learn and have everything, something to manage the farms, to manage the audits, to manage the transactions and also the transportation. So for us has, everything that we need. And also another thing that we appreciate a lot is that the system grow with Capucas also. And Capucas grow with the system. I am saying that because for us was very important that GrainChain hear us. It's not a system that you have to run with the info that was already done. It's a system that was developed with the people, with our people, and putting the info that we need and the data that need, in this case, the coffee industry. They appreciate the transparency. They appreciate that they have all the data in their hands and they have the money in the bank. So that for us is very important. And from them, they are really, really happy.
GrainChain delivers value to clients in two main ways. The first is by facilitating transactions. To this end, GrainChain is embedded in traditional financial rails and core banking systems, to an extent that in some countries, when an unbanked producer registers with GrainChain, our system can automatically open a bank account for that individual. Agricultural transactions mostly take the form of forward contracts. A forward contract is a complex legal agreement between a producer and a buyer that contains the what, where, when, and purchase price for a commodity. GrainChain has developed a software platform consisting of tools that focus on each segment of the supply chain in order to collect all the dependable real-time data necessary to enable automatic settlement of these forward contracts. These transactions often require temporary loans to complete, so GrainChain enables lenders to participate directly in these forward contracts. Our platform gives them visibility into operations and the certainty that their loans will be repaid when the transaction is completed. How do producers traditionally get paid, and how has the process improved by using GrainChain?
A farmer would harvest their crop, harvest their grains, and the grains will get delivered to a silo. They get weighed, and so there's a log that would be a written log, and there'd be a paper ticket issued to the farmer that says, okay, and that essentially becomes their receivable. And so wherever they delivered the grains to would work on their contracts, and so the grain elevator would essentially have two options. They have their own funding lines through banks they could advance on and pay the farmer, or they're having to wait for their end user, whoever they have their contract with, to pay them so that they can turn around and repay the farmer. So there's a delay on the farmer getting paid, whether it's coming directly from the end buyer or the silo drawing on their lines of credit. So now in the GrainChain ecosystem, the grains are delivered to the silo. It's a self-executing contract. The funds are already in escrow, and so it's a self-executing deal to where we're paid via ACH or whatnot, and our loan officer can just click a box that says, okay, I need the 100,000 of this and we're paid, and the rest of the funds move on down the line. And so it's something that can happen in maybe a day or two versus a month or two.
The second way GrainChain delivers value is by reducing supply chain risk. The agricultural supply chain consists of multiple segments and multiple participants, making a traditionally high-risk business.
Pretty much based on what we hope is the honesty of the harvester, the hauler, and the elevator. Biggest risk is obviously not getting paid. One particular case that I can think of off the top of my head would be the producer harvested his crop. It was moved to the elevator, and from the elevator it disappeared. When the contracts are set up, they're set up to be delivered specifically to the bank. Some buyers right now, we send them a notice that we have a lien on it. They typically send that notice back to us acknowledging that they've received it and that they're aware of it, so we get checks back joint payable. There's some vendors, there's some buyers out there that, even though they acknowledge that they got it, don't make the checks joint payable. So we're basically at the mercy of our farmer being honest and bringing those proceeds in.
GrainChain's platform addresses risk in several ways. Our tools digitize and automate workflows for all supply chain segments and participants, creating a connected network where data flows both upstream and downstream. The data generated and collected by our systems comes directly from IoT-connected sensors, scales, and lab equipment, preventing manipulation or fraud. This data is stored in an immutable blockchain. GrainChain smart contracts control the money rails and act on the incoming data to settle transactions, ensuring lien holders and lenders get paid first, and the remaining profits go immediately to the producer.
There's never been any kind of system for us to know where anything was once it left the field. You're creating a chain of title for grains that's never been created before. If the bank is allowed to see that by logging into the system, we can see where the collateral is and know that, hey, we're about to get paid as this thing gets delivered and dropped off. Using GrainChain, I think, actually make sure that we get paid first, make sure that we get paid timely, and makes us want to help the farmers and lending them money, because we can monitor and track where everything is in the process.
In addition, GrainChain solutions create the technological infrastructure to offer advanced financial products, such as hedging, insurance, and events-based lending to help further reduce risk.
What are you most proud of?
I feel proud. To be part of this project is something that, a lot of people say that they have blockchain technology, but they don't have the things that we can do with GrainChain. Some people can have traceability, but they don't pay on time to the producer. So I feel proud of that, to be part of this project. I feel proud of being part of this because I believe that God sent us this project to Honduras. I'm sure. Imagine Honduras, Capucas, and who will, imagine this now that is a reality, that is working, that is successful, that people are happy to use it, and that is growing. And I feel proud of that, proud of the friendship that we have with the team of GrainChain. I don't have the words to say thank you. I don't have the words to explain. I just can say thank you for consider us as a pilot to apply this system and this community. And thanks for this opportunity.